Hi guys. So, I have a bit of an interesting topic I wanted to talk about today. I actually don't think I've ever discussed this or really talked to anyone about this before. One, because I didn't think it was all that important, and also because I also didn't really think it really applied to me, and I also never really thought about it, but I also didn't really think it applied to me until I recently started thinking about it. So, and okay, so just to preface, right, where I'm gonna come with all this, because the stuff I'm gonna be talking about is kind of, so this is gonna be everything I'm gonna be saying is coming from the perspective of let's just say a healthy 22-year-old male with no prior or current eating disorders, at least as far as I know that I'm familiar with, and with no sort of any like major health struggles or ever had to deal with any like weight problems or sort of all that kind of stuff, right? Now I gotta start off with this point because I know for a lot of people, the relationship with food can be, quite difficult at times, put it that way. Whether it's overeating for some people, it can be undereating for a lot of people. I know okay, I don't want to generalize, but I'm not trying to throw anybody under the bus right here, but I'm just saying in general, from what I understand, I know there's exceptions. I obviously don't fucking say, I already know, right? But I'm saying in general, I think undereating is like a female thing, and then overeating is like a male thing. I know obviously there's a lot of crossover. I'm not saying females, I'm not saying that. I'm just saying from what I understand, right? I know for many people, it's a very sensitive topic. Now again, I don't know to what degree exactly, and again, that's on me for sort of being ignorant on the whole thing, whatever. But I just want to preface that, right? So I put it out there, now you can't shoot me, right? So, but again, this is what I'm talking about today. I'm not trying to undermine any sort of issues or dismiss anything. I know there's a lot of big people, like it's a big part of a lot of people's lives and their sort of struggles and problems. So I just gotta start with that, right? So that being said, all right, 2-minute fucking disclaimer. Jesus Christ, fucking 2 minutes already. All right, now let's just talk about this, right? Because something I've realized recently is that I love to eat. I like to just eat when I'm depressed. Now, okay, I just love to eat in general. I love food. So growing up, right, I've always been a restaurant kid. My mom, obviously, she loves food. She was a cook. She was a chef. Eventually, she opened up her own restaurant when I was a kid. So I've been working restaurants my whole life, or was. I don't do it anymore, at least for right now. But I worked restaurants a lot. I grew up around food. I love food a lot. I love to eat, right? But especially when I'm depressed, I'm feeling fucked up or whatever, I don't drink. I don't do drugs. I don't smoke. I don't do anything. I love to eat. Right now, on paper, that sounds like a very surface level blanket statement. That's sort of like me saying like, I go outside while it's raining, it gets me wet, like if grass is green sort of thing, right? But I actually want to take a deeper dive into that because I have this thing, right? Or whenever I feel like shit, or I feel bored, or feel lost, or demotivated, whatever it is, I'll immediately feel like eating something to sort of comfort me. And I don't mean like snacking on stuff like junk food or chips or whatever, right? Because honestly, I don't really crave junk food like that. Instead, I actually feel like eating in terms of an actual meal. Now, what that could be just depends on the day, right? It could really be anything. So generally, for me, right, after I finish eating, I feel better and more relaxed, and probably less hung up on whatever I was stuck with in my own head, like prior to eating. I don't know if that makes sense. But also sometimes I feel a little guilty, and I don't really know why. Like, not for any like real particular reason, right? Because I grew up with a good relationship with food. Like I said, I always enjoyed eating. I love food. I love to eat. I love to cook. I love people that love food. And I don't think there's any problems there. So I don't know if it's maybe I feel guilty based on the money I'm spending on food, because food is by far my biggest and most constant expense. So maybe it's the stress from that. Maybe I feel guilty based on a lot of times I probably just objectively don't need to eat that meal, but I just ate it. I just ate because I wanted to, and I just did it just cause, right? And I wanted to feel better. So maybe that's where the part of the guilt I feel comes in. Slight guilty. I don't want to say like guilt, right? I just feel like slightly guilty like sometimes, right? So whenever I feel down, But like eating food is just my go-to sort of comfort spot, like comfort space to settle the fuck down. And I don't really know the science behind that, right? I'm sure there's a fucking PhD doctor, whatever the fuck, that knows the exact neuroscience that's going on behind that shit, right? And again, it isn't in the traditional sense for me personally, where, you know, I would be reaching for snacks or junk food or anything. It's nothing like that for me. Like, yeah, maybe once a fucking year, but for, like, in general, that's not really, like, I actually just crave, like, something food. Probably generally, like, some sort of comfort food for me. And again, so you see, for example, like, it's just, like, objectively, usually stuff that's, like, relatively healthy, right? For example, maybe, like, hot pot, right? Maybe, like, Chinese hot pot. Maybe it's some sort of, I don't know, some sort of fucking, maybe, like, ramen, or some noodle soup, or some sort of maybe Korean barbecue, whatever the fuck it is, right? I'm just throwing out examples, right? But I do feel like, especially lately, I've become almost more of an emotional eater. I don't know if that makes sense. Which I'm also pretty sure is not a good thing. I also feel like it's probably just because I don't have anything going on right now, so I have the luxury to even think about this shit. Because I know sure as hell, when I was working 100-hour work weeks, while I was a fucking soldier, right, I never had to think about this shit. I never thought about this shit ever. I just know I just consume the fucking fuel I need to get the job done. I eat, get in, get out. It's a fucking, right, just get in and get out. But I feel like food, for me, like I said, because I don't take anything, right? I'm actually shocked. Just like side note, fucking, like the way I like my life has, I can't fucking talk today. I can't fucking talk. What is going on? The way my life has gone, right? The things that have happened and the way my life has kind of turned out. I'm fucking shocked. I'm actually quite impressed that I never like tried to do any hard drugs or any drugs really. I don't smoke, I don't drink anything, right? So that's kind of cool. But also I have other vices too. Everybody's got their vices, right? So now for me, food, I feel like it's sort of like a drug for me sometimes. And whenever I feel fucked up or have a depressive episode, I just want some comfort food. Just like settle me the fuck down. Even if I don't need another meal for today, I just want to eat. I just want food. And again, I don't struggle with what do we call it? I don't struggle with weight problems or anything like that. I don't really struggle with health issues or, you know, that sort of thing. And I know it probably sounds very privileged. I'm not trying to brag about this, right? There's nothing to brag here. I know some people might take this the wrong way. You know, I'm genuinely just trying to talk about this shit through my perspective, right? And again, even though I'm kind of inconsistent with it nowadays, I do move around and work out quite a bit, as much as I can. And again, like I say, I've been generally quite healthy throughout my life. And, you know, being a former workaholic and sort of an infantry soldier probably fucking helps, right? But I do still feel like sometimes I kind of just default to eating when I'm like fighting my feelings. I just don't want to think about whatever the fuck it is I'm thinking about. Maybe it's I'm dealing, I don't want to say dealing, but maybe it's I'm dealing with a person. So there's this relationship that's maybe like fucking with me, or maybe I'm just going through a hard time in life. Maybe I just had an awful day. Maybe I feel like that day my fucking self-esteem is through the fucking gutter. Whatever it is, right? I just feel like just want to eat. And I just kind of feel like it's become a habit. I wouldn't go as far as to say an addiction. I definitely wouldn't say that, because I don't struggle with it as much to sort of qualify it to be calling it an addiction. I don't really know. They'll take that with a grain of salt. I would say like this sort of thing only happens to me a couple times a week, and generally I'm pretty aware it's happening. But again, I just wish it's something I had a little bit better control over. I don't know if that really makes sense. And it's, I don't really know what this is, because I don't have a solution or anything I can think of, sort of helpful advice, regarding this shit today. And maybe the move is to replace those thoughts of eating, of wanting to eat, with just doing something else I enjoy. But the thing is, I don't know if it's a problem. I don't know if it's something I should change. I know it's something I can change. I just don't know if it's something that is sort of detrimental to me. Because I do have a healthy relationship with food, and it's like, in my head, like, yeah, I feel a little guilty probably because I don't need the meal, but it's also like, if I feel like shit and I feel like eating something, and just wanted to eat something, like maybe it's a fucking, I don't know, fucking, it could be like a bowl of noodles, or noodle soup or something, or it could be like some sort of like, I don't know, some sort of fucking sandwich, whatever it is, right? Like, I just feel like it's not a terrible way to deal with fucking, like, depressive episodes. I feel like there could be worse ways to deal with it. But also, I feel like there also could be better ways to deal with it. There's sort of, I feel like emotional eating, whenever you start doing anything emotionally, it does feel like kind of a trap. It feels like kind of a, could be a recipe for disaster, right? No pun intended. But, you know, right? I just want to talk about it, right? It's something I'm trying to figure out, and yeah, it is what it is.